Welcome to Ask an Event Pro. It's your host, Francisco, product evangelist at Events.com. With me today, we've got Jesse Fulton. He's the president of 365 Sports, the company behind all the awesome events that you are used to participating in, like the 5K Foam Fest in Canada and in many others. Welcome, Jesse.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you for joining us today. And just so you all remember, please don't forget to join us every Thursday, 11:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And Jesse, we're going to get started with our traditional lightning round.
Okay.
I'll make you just quick questions, and hopefully we can get a quick answer from you. It's kind of a multiple choice here. So, Jesse, trail running or road running?
Neither. Segway.
Awesome. Have you ever fallen from a Segway?
I absolutely have fallen from a Segway. And I recently just got one of those new ones where you don't have the handle on them. We were playing with those at an expo the other day.
Oh.
That was pretty fun. No, trail running for sure. We actually have pedometers, and we figure that we trail run about 30K at every event by accident.
Awesome. What about electrolyte gels or tablets when you run too much?
Gel.
Gel. And what's your go-to running shoe?
Speedcross 3s. Solomon's.
Fantastic. All right. Now, on to the more serious questions, Jesse. We do want to learn from you. You are a fantastic mind behind some of the most incredible ideas in our endurance industry. You put on some really fun, unique events. And again, we just really want to get to know you a little bit better and see how it all came about. So,
sorry, I have a split screen here. Should I look at that? And
it's okay. You can just turn. We'll see both of your slides.
Okay. We'll just talk back and forth. Technology.
Jesse, tell us how you got started in the endurance industry.
Actually, it's kind of a funny and long story. I turned pro as an athlete when I was 13 and started competing globally at big events when I was 13. So that's kind of when my event experience started. And then I retired at 26 from my pro career and started coaching. And then I coached the Olympic team in 2010 and had a TV show on Disney, coaching program, reality thingy. And I got frustrated with the quality of events for kids and athletes. So I started 365 Sports, and we put on all sorts of different events, experiential marketing campaigns. We put on snowboarding, skiing, skateboarding, BMX, you name it. We've helped with events from World Cups to World Championships in the snow sports world. And then we, have a big, goal for fun, like fun first and foremost, fun, but also physical fitness and getting out there. We found that there was too much of this going on in the basements, not enough socializing and running stuff, and there was an opportunity with the Foam Fest, and so we got into the fun run market, and now we're ingrained into the fun run and OCR market, but we still maintain all those other events. We still do lots of stuff with that, but this has definitely become one of the funnest things we do. So that's kind of how it started. Started as an athlete and then transitioned into event guy.
That is amazing. That is great. And I thank you as a father, actually, for people like you in the world, because I certainly want to be father of those kids that choose to go more outdoors, do sports, do active.
It was I'm a parent too, right? And we like participating. Some great runs out there. You got the Spartans and the Tough Mudders and the Mud Heroes, and they're all amazing to participate in. But when we competed in them and participated in them, there was nothing for kids, right?
Right.
And nothing for it's like I wanted the big obstacles and I wanted the fun, but I didn't want the pressure or the chip, and I wanted to do it with my kid or my sister's kid or whatever, right? It's like just like let's go. And so we got guys like Mike, our marketing guy, who's like, right, like, and he goes and he runs it as fast as he can, and he's still, he's pooped at the end of it. He gets a good workout, or he just runs it twice. But then you've got the aspects like I can do this with anybody, and that's what we wanted to kind of deliver with the Foam Fest. It's just like fun, no pressure, good exercise, awesome time, and you can do it with kids, family.
Totally, totally. I have to take the opportunity, Jesse, because you obviously have some incredible experience, both, as an athlete, as an event organizer, all range of sports, and a lot of our audience are people that are just now thinking about getting involved in the industry and putting on event series. So, what is an advice that you would give to people that are looking to get started in the industry?
Well, actually, by NDA and confidentiality agreement, I'm bound to not answer that question.
Fair enough.
No, I'm just joking. It's a tough one. It's a tough industry. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of time, a lot of travel, a lot of friends,
Mhm.
a lot of money. I hope you're not attached to your money because you got to be prepared to lose it all too. It's a big risk industry, and it's I don't know. It's an interesting one. I don't really know if I have any advice. It's like you either have to have the gusto for it, or you don't have the gusto for it, and you have to have the team. And it's kind of surround yourself with competent people and delegate authority scenario, but it's like it's a team, man. Like, everybody's got to be in it for the right reasons, and you do events because you love events. At the end of the day, you can support your family, but in no way, shape, or form, do you do this stuff to get uber rich. That's for sure. It's fun. It's like the funnest job, right? I wake up, I love my job. I got buddies who make a lot of money. They wake up, they don't love their job.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely. And there it is. You heard it from one of the pros. You gotta have the guts, and you gotta be ready to go all out. Go big or go home, right? So,
yeah. There's,
um,
there's times where you're like, oh my goodness, what have we done? And then there's other times it's like, look at what we have done.
yep.
This is awesome, right? Like, athlete experience is our focus and has been our focus because we put on the Olympic level and high performance pro level sports events. It's such an athlete focus. It's got to be the athlete experience, the customer experience, and we took that model from dealing with Olympians and world champions and big pros and stuff like that. We kind of like shifted that experience into the fun run market, and just kind of multiplied it to accommodate the masses. Right? So, it
Totally.
always comes as a higher expense to make sure that the customer is having a better time. But it's the old Jerry Maguire. It's like, let's make it happen. Let's make it work. So we love it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Thank you. Now, I have to assume some of the audience maybe they're saying I do have the guts and I am ready to go all out. They have gotten started in their ventures. What is some mistake that they should be aware of? Some common mistakes that happen on race day that you want to make sure they're aware of.
Hmm. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to set your alarm clock.
There you go. Yes.
That's the big one. Yeah. Make sure you get to your event on time
Right. Right.
because you are
Um,
seriously so exhausted that is like, where's Doug? Doug's still sleeping. Well, Doug drives the fork. He needs to be here.
oh my gosh. No, totally. Totally. Great piece of advice.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Like, check and check again. We do
Yes.
our best to avoid mistakes, but like, I can't really think of like something that would ever reoccur. It only ever happens once with us, and then it never happens again. So, but
No, absolutely. And I think, check and check again is a great piece of advice. You got to make sure that you're fully ready, prepared, that you've thought of every potential,
yeah,
problem that you may have to face on race day. So that's great. Thank you. Thank you,
but,
Jesse.
like there's so many variables in any environment that could set you for a derailment, right? And as easily as the weather, right? It's like you get bad weather and you could be toast. Maybe your t-shirt supplier marked a crate, or like maybe they printed something wrong. I don't know. There's a million things that can go wrong, and because we have such an extensive tour, we do like 12 stops back to back, 3 transport trucks, 20 full-time crew, 120 staff day of. Like, the infrastructure behind a foam fest is nuts. Like, you got to deal with water and foam and power and hydro and inflatables and telehandlers. Like, this isn't just an add water event, right? Or build a structure and run over an event. There's so many different moving parts to the foam fest. A lot of people don't grasp that, right? About like how scientific and engineered it has to be, and then safe on top of that. Right? You got power running everywhere, so there's like so many things that can go wrong. But it's the check and check again. So we give ourselves a ton of time on our very first event to set it up, execute it in time after, and then yeah, that usually works out all the bugs, and then we're autopilot for the rest of the season.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Jesse, you know, we mentioned at the beginning of the interview that you are the president of 365 Sports, and one of the series that you guys put on is the 5K Foam Fest Canada. This is an incredible series, guys. If you haven't tried it out yet, just please go to their website and register for one of these events anywhere in Canada. It'll sure to be an amazing time. But we do want to hear a little bit more about these events, Jesse. If you can tell us just what makes it so unique compared to the other obstacle races that you mentioned actually earlier on, and others that are out there.
Well, I think first off, price. We keep our prices low. We keep our prices affordable. You know, we looked at value versus cost, and you know, like we start our tickets at $42, right? You know, like sometimes you can't even get, you know, early bird color run tickets for $42. When you think of the sheer infrastructure and the size of the setup, you know, it's insane compared to what you know, some of the other runs are there. You've got some obstacle runs that return and set up, you know, fixed obstacles, and it's the same course and the same trail. You know, we do new course every year. We bring in new obstacles every year. We increase our foam every year. It's you know, water usage, power usage, like all those things are pretty crazy when it comes to putting on one of these runs. It is literally the best bang for your buck. You know, you can't just set it up and add water or set up obstacles and leave them there for the year and then come back and then, you know, just kind of cake decorate it. It's, you know, there's more moving parts to this event than any other event out there, and it's probably the most economically priced. So I think that's kind of what sets us apart. And the fact that we were the very first guys to do 8 and up, right? We didn't create a different run just for kids. Our run is for kids, right? Yep. And, you know, our little guy run is 7 and under. You know, we've got little obstacle courses and stuff for the little guys because it's simply just not safe to do, you know, the full course. So, you know, we started with an 8 and up, and we like the fact that it's family friendly and all ages friendly. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. You know, we want it to be for everybody, and we have, you know, consistent family pricing all year long that doesn't increase. Right? We wanted to make it affordable for a family of 5 to come out and have a day and get a medal and a T-shirt and a popsicle and a sticker and a tattoo and whatever else, and you know, just enjoy a day and make that affordable. That was one thing that you know, as runners and guys who competed or participated in a lot of events, it's like hefty on your pocketbook, right? So we have a sliding scale program that, as the event fills, like any other event, the price goes up.
Totally. Now, on that note, you know, you mentioned your event is a family event. It's a kids run. Everybody can get involved. 8 and up. I have to assume you had to adopt some slightly different marketing tactics to reach this audience. Can you talk to us about a very effective marketing tactic that you've put in place?
I don't know. Like, you know, with most runs, we're heavy into social media, but yeah, we really focus on events. We don't just do one promo video. We do 6 promo videos for each stop. We have 2 2.5 minutes. We have 2 30 seconds. We have 2 15 seconds. We roll with a full-time videographer that documents each individual run, and that kind of comes from the action sports model. A lot of runs will do 1 promo video for the year, and that's it. We wanted to catalog our entire cross-country tour and make sure that everybody had a chance to potentially see themselves. So that, you know, that works well. You know, heavy photography. We charge for photos, which is different. A lot of runs include the photos, and use that tactic, you know, for people to share photos. We didn't want to embed the cost of a photo into a registration price and say that they were for free, right? We're like, right. A lot of people are rolling with, you know, action cams and GoPros and got their own photos. We didn't think it was fair for them to pay for photos if they weren't going to use them.
Right.
So we went more video focused, and that's really proven well for us. But yeah, we go boots on the ground. We get out there and we engage with everybody that this caters to. It's a lot of teenagers. It's a lot of people's first introduction into fitness. It's a lot of really seriously fit people that just want to have a fun Saturday and not get too nuts. So our demographic is so broad that I don't think we do anything unique other than just try to document a little bit more than usual.
Gotcha. Any least effective tactics? Anything you want to point out? Kind of stay away from?
I don't know. We've got some pretty funny stuff coming down the pipes this year with actual experiential marketing that we're going to do, where we're going to literally and physically engage our potential consumers. So we'll see how that goes, but that might be the one not to do when we have this discussion next year.
I'd love to extend an invitation for you to come back to Asking Event Pro and tell us how that went. Looking forward to that. So, Jesse, I have one question for you.
There? I think I lost you.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. There you are.
Wonderful. I don't know what happened there. Sorry. I was saying I do have one more question for you, Jesse. What are 5 essentials that you keep on your bag on race day? So when you're in the middle of it, what is something that you always have with you on your bag?
I have a first aid kit.
Okay.
I have a radio. I have a Leatherman, like a multi-tool. I have a checkbook, credit card. What else do I have? I usually have a spare bottle of water in case there's an injury. The first time somebody gets hurt, they want a bottle of water. Most of our staff have that. Like they're very first aid certified. What else do I have? I have Werther's Original. I like Werther's Original and bubble gum, and a little notepad, pen, Sharpie, spare tattoos, and yeah, that's about it. A lot of our staff roll with like full backpacks through the tour, and they have like tearaways and shorts and spare shoes. Oh, I always roll with spare socks too.
Spare socks, that's a good one. That's a new one.
Yeah, you get through half the day and your feet are soaked, and you don't want to get your trench foot. Pull out some anklets. With the Speed Cross 3s, they dry really easy, so you just throw in some new pair. Well, you're good. You don't get trench foot because you're soaked from head to toe, regardless if you want to be or not, regardless if it's raining or not. So I think that's kind of pretty much the gist of it in my little superhuman chest pack.
That's awesome. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty heavy pack. Well, thank you so much, Jesse, for joining us today. Again, for our viewers, this is Asking Event Pro, and today we brought you Jesse Fulton, president of 365 Sports. He is a former professional athlete, now one of the masterminds of one of the most fun event series in Canada, the 5K Foam Fest. Again, strongly encourage you to go visit their sites. These guys are doing something really amazing, and now we've heard it's everybody, including in your family. So again, Jesse, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to having you in the show back, and best of luck with everything.
Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Thank you, Jesse. You too.
Cheers.
Cheers.